Okay, January 13, 2018. This is troubleshooting MFJ 1708 SDR transmit receive switch. So the idea of this thing is that you've got an antenna that's common to a receiver and a transmitter, and you want to switch when you transmit. You want to switch off connection to the receiver so you don't blow out the receive side of things. So I've got the schematic, I've got the technical description, and let's start figuring this out. So antenna is common, and let's make sure that we can get continuity. Okay, and when it's powered off, according to the description and the schematic, the SDR side should be connected to ground. So there shouldn't be a connection between antenna and SDR. Okay, cool. There should be a connection between antenna and radio. There is. SDR should be grounded. So ground is on the outer shell of this PTT connection, which will also switch when it's grounded. When the shell is connected to the inside, it should switch the relay also. Switch the SDR to ground and switch the radio to antenna. So the SDR is grounded. So this thing is safe. If I hook an SDR to this and transmit from radio, it'll come out of the antenna port and the SDR will be safe. Okay, so the next mode is when power is applied, relay switches on and the unit is in receive mode. So that means that when I power it up, there should be a connection between antenna and SDR. Okay, so let's try that. So to start with, let's verify our power, positive center, and we've got 12 volts there. So what we expect to happen, let's make sure we're back in continuity mode. Okay. If I plug this in, power light will go on and it'll switch to continuity between antenna and SDR. And you can see nothing happens. So the relay does not switch. And we still have continuity between radio and antenna. So the relay is still in the original position. SDR is still grounded. So let's see, any other modes? Okay, the other mode is that if we're in this mode, if it's powered on and I short the push to talk connection, put it to ground, then it should also be in safe mode. So so we won't be able to observe this because we've already observed that the relay never moves. But let's try that. So let's verify. I have a RCA connector that is shorted, so let's verify that. And let's see here, what's the problem? Oh, problem is it's not plugged into the meter. Okay, let's try it like this. Okay, I'm just verifying that this connector is shorted. You can see the other end of the connector there, wires are twisted together. Okay. So what we expect to happen, it's beeping. When I plug this in, the beeping should stop. And of course nothing happens. And SDR to antenna connection is still open. So what it appears, if we look at the schematic, that this coil, relay coil there, never gets energized, or the relay is stuck for some other reason. But this is a passive device. In other words, all it is a pass-through connector. It has no. So I am pleased that I went to check to see whether this thing worked before I actually hooked it up to my radio. But of course, the way that it failed, it would not have damaged anything. The SDR would have been fine because it was shorted, unless the RF detect works. And I haven't bothered to check that because having one thing wrong is enough for me. So this is a SDR transmit receive switch, MFJ 1708 SDR, January 13, 2018.